Silence. Om chanting. Good morning, students. Today we will discuss a new chapter, coordination chemistry or the complex chemistry. Okay, coordination chemistry. So, coordination chemistry is the study of coordination compounds or the complex compounds. Coordination chemistry is the study of coordination compounds or the complex compounds. So, what is the complex compound? Before that, let us discuss the addition compounds. Addition compounds. Addition compounds are the molecular compounds or molecular compounds. So, what are additional compounds or molecular compounds? Additional compounds or molecular compounds are the compounds which are obtained by evaporating the solution of a mixture of two or more simple compounds. So, whenever we are taking a mixture of two or more different compounds, there is solution, and we are evaporating it, then we are getting new compound called the additional compounds. For example, you see, if I have K2SO4, Al2SO4 the whole 3 dot 24 water. See, this is a compound K2SO4 dot Al2SO4 the whole 3 dot 24 water. This compound is obtained when we are taking a solution of mixture of these two compounds K2SO4 Al2SO4 and we are evaporating it. Finally, we are getting the crystals of K2SO4 dot Al2SO4 whole 3 dot 24 water, and this is called alum, potash alum. So, potash alum is an additional compound which we are obtaining by evaporating the solution of mixture of two compounds K2SO4 and Al2SO4 whole 3. Now, also we have Cu NH3 whole 4 SO4. So, this is also an additional compound, okay, obtained by the copper sulfate and ammonia. So, these compounds we are obtaining whenever we are taking mixture of solution of two different compounds, simple compounds, and we are evaporating the extra water vapors, water. Finally, we are getting the additional compounds. So, this is an additional compound, this is also an additional compound. Now, there is a lot of difference between these two compounds. This compound, you see, if we dissolve in water this compound will dissociate into what? K plus 4SO4 2 minus, okay, plus 2Al3 plus 24 water, 2K plus. Okay. So this compound will undergo complete dissociation into ions, and it will lose all of its identity. But this compound you get what CuNH3 whole fourth 2 plus plus SO4 2 minus. So this you see, this compound is not completely ionizing, only partly. This part remaining as usual. This into SO4 2 minus. And here this compound is not losing its identity completely. Okay. So this compound, where on dissolving with water, the compound completely dissociates into ions and lose its identity, which is called what double salt. Called what double salt. And this, which is not completely ionizing into ions and not completely losing its identity, is called what? A complex salt or a coordinational compound. So coordinational compounds are the additional compounds which are not completely ionizing on dissolving with water and are not losing the identity completely. Okay. Now we will focus our views on the complex compounds or the coordinational compounds. Okay. Clear? Now, so the coordinational compounds or the complex compounds are those compounds which are not completely ionizing into and which are not losing the identity completely. Okay. And one thing, so now you see, if you take the example, suppose CO NH3 whole 5 Cl Cl2, CO NH3 whole 5 Cl Cl2. This is the example of a complex compound. Now also I can take another example, K4 FeCN6. Okay. Now complex compounds. Complex compound, we have CONH3 whole 5 Cl Cl2 K4 FeCN6. Here see this complex compound consisting of two parts. This is one part called what? Complex part. This is one called what? The simple part. So we have two parts of the complex compound, one is the complex part or the simple part. Here also we have the simple part, the complex part. Now in the simple part we have the simple atoms, 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or many. Here see we have 2 chlorine atoms. Okay. Here we have 4 potassium atoms. Now this simple part can be anionic, can be cationic. Here you see this simple part is what? anion, negative ion, and this is what your cation. So the simple part can be anion, can be cation. Similarly, the complex part can be cation, can be anion. See, this is what this is cation. Here this is what anion. So in the complex compound we have two parts, complex part and simple part. The complex part can be cation or anion, and also the simple part can be cation or anion. Okay, see. Now in the complex part we have many things. Okay, and also the complex part is written within the square bracket. Within the square bracket it is written. This is also called what the complex part is called what the complex ion. They also called what coordination sphere. Okay, called what coordination sphere, or you can say non ionizable sphere. Whatever non ionizable sphere. Non ionizable sphere. Okay, and this is called what ionizable sphere. Also called what counter ion. Okay, so the simple part is also called what the ionizable sphere or the counter ion. The complex part is called what the coordination sphere or non-ionizable sphere. That means the coordination sphere will not ionize. Okay. Now see, in the complex part, first of all we have a transition element. Here see, in the coordination sphere we have a transition elements. Here you see cobalt, here your iron. This is called what central metal atom. This is called what central metal atom. So each coordination sphere or ionization sphere consisting of a transition metal atom called the central metal atom or the ion. Okay. Now to the central metal atom we have a large number of or 1, 2, 3 or more atoms or group of atoms attached, and these atoms or group of atoms which are attached to the central metal atom are known as ligands. Here you see we have NH3, we have Cl, we have CN here. So these NH3 or Cl, these are called what ligands, called what ligands. Okay, so ligands are the simple atoms or group of atoms which are attached to the central metal atom or which surround the central metal atom, and these ligands are the atoms or group of atoms which have such an atom at least one, who can donate at least one pair of electron that can form a covalent bond or sigma bond with the central metal atom. So ligands are the atoms or group of atoms which contains such an atom, at least one atom, who can again donate at least one pair of electron to the central metal atom to form a sigma bond or the coordinate bond called the ligands. So here NH3 is the ligand, Cl is the ligand, Cl is the ligand. Okay, and then here you see we have N has 5 ligands are there and Cl 1 ligand is there. So total we have 5 plus 1 6 ligands, and we will see if all the ligands are unidentate or you can say the monodentate, that means they are giving only one electron pair containing an electron donor atoms that can donate at least one pair of electrons are called what? Monodentate or unidentate ligand. And the number of monodentate ligand or unidentate ligands attached to the central atom is known as the coordination number of the central metal atom. So here you see the number 5 plus 1, here NH3 is a unidentate ligand and so also Cn, so 5 plus 1 equal to what? 6C is the what? Coordination number. What is the coordination number? And here also what? 6 is what the coordination number. So coordination number is the number of unidentate or monodentate ligands attached. Okay, see NH3 is a unidentate ligand, 5 are there, so 5 plus 6 is unidentate, so 5 plus 1 is your 6 is the coordination number of this complex, of this central metal atom. Here you use 6 also. Now you see this CONH3 whole 5 Cl2. So Cl2 is what? anion here. So minus 2 mass is what? 2 plus. K4 Fe6, this is what? K4 means what? 4 plus. This is what? 4 minus. So this plus 2 or the 4 mass are called what? Charge on the complex. Charge on the complex. So this is your this C minus 4 is called what? Charge on complex. This is positive is the what? Is the charge on complex. The total charge carried on the covalent sphere is called what? Charge on the complex. Okay. Now this complex part can be positive, can be negative. That means the complex can be cationic or can be anionic. Sometimes it is also neutral. So here you see here this complex part is what? Anionic. Minus charge there. But this is what? Cationic. Plus charge there. So the complex ion or the complex part can be cationic or can be anionic. Okay, this is your cationic complex. This is what? Your anion complex. Okay, anion. Now here you see CONH3 whole 5 Cl2. Or you see K4 to Fe CN6, and this charge is what? 4 minus, here 4 plus. Now see, if I see here K4 is what? 4 into 1 charge of K, okay, plus Fe suppose X charge plus 6 and Cn charge value minus 1. Cn value minus 1. So minus 1. So K for efficiency charge what? 0. So 4 plus x minus 6 equals 0. So x equal what? 0? Plus 2. That means see the charge on F is what? Plus 2. Similarly, here I can calculate. In this case, CO suppose x plus NH charge is 0 into 5 plus Cl your minus 1 plus Cl2 your minus 2. So x minus 3 equals 0. This implies x equal what? Plus 3. Here I can add plus 3. So this plus 3 and plus 2 are called what? Oxidation number of the central metal atom. Okay. So this plus 3 is called what? Oxidation number. This plus 2 is also what? Oxidation number. So oxidation number of the central metal atom is the residual charge it has or appears to have when all are removed as ions. Okay. So here plus 3 is the oxidation number of CO and plus 2 is the oxidation number of Fe. Okay. So these are the different parts of the complex compound. You see, so in a complex compound, what we discussed, in a complex compound we have two parts, the complex part and simple part. Okay. The complex part can be cation, can be anion. Similarly, the simple part is also can be cation or can be anion. So here you see in this complex, this complex part is your cation plus 2 charge and the simple part is your anion shell. Similarly, in this part the potassium is your simple part 4 plus and this complex is your anion. Okay. And simple part is also called what? The ionizable sphere or counter ion, Cl2 here, K4 here, and this complex part is called what? Coordination sphere or non-ionizable sphere. Okay, and here also this one and this one. Okay. Now the complex part is always written within the square bracket, and each complex part or the coordination sphere consisting of a transition metal atom called what? The central metal atom. Okay. So here CO is the central metal atom, here Fe is the central metal atom. Now to this central metal atom we are having a number of, it may be 1, 2, 3 or 4 simple atoms or group of atoms attached, and these atoms or group of atoms which are attached or which surround central metal atom are called what? Ligands. Okay, are called what? Ligands. So here NH3, Cl, Cn are the ligands. So ligands are the atoms or group of atoms which surround central metal atom and are having a capacity to donate at least one para-proton to the central metal atom to form a sigma bond or the coordinate bond. And the number of electron pairs donated by a ligand is called denticity. If the ligand is donating only one lone pair of electron, it is called your unidentate or monodentate ligand. And the number of unidentate ligands attached to the central metal atom is called its coordination number. So here you see Na3 is a unidentate ligand, 5 plus 1 is 6. So coordination number is 6. Here Cn is 6 and Cn is a unidentate ligand, so coordination number is what? 6. Suppose a ligand is having 2 electron pairs to donate, okay, and it is donating, suppose, then it is called a bidentate ligand, and this is equal to 2 unidentate ligand. Suppose one bidentate ligand is attached to the central metal atom, then the coordinate number is what, 2. Ligand attached to 1, but coordinate number 2, because this ligand is a bidentate ligand, is equal to what, 2 unidentate ligands. Okay. Then after, so each centimeter atom is having a residual charge when all others are removed as ions, and that is called what, oxidation number of the centimeter atom. Okay, so here you see plus 3 is the oxidation state of CO and plus 2 is the oxidation state of your Fe. Okay, so this is about what we know different parts of this complex. Now let us see about different kind of ligands. Okay. So already we discussed about ligands. Now ligands can be monodentate or can be polydentate. Okay. Now if the ligand is having capacity to donate only one para-proton to the centimeter atom, that is called what, monodentate or unidentate ligand. Okay, so we have Cl, we have NH3, okay, we have Cl, we have Fo. These are called what, unidentate ligands. We have NO2 plus. Okay, so this is your anionic ligand, neutral ligand, anionic, cationic. That means the ligand can be anionic, can be cationic, or can be neutral also. Okay, charge. So here the Cl can donate one neutron pair. This also one, this also one, this also one. Okay, so these are called what, unidentate ligands. And this is called what, the name is what, cyano or cyanido. What, cyano or cyanido. Similarly, Na3 amine, neutral. Cl means chlorido or chloro. F means fluorido or fluoro. Okay, so similarly here polydentate ligand, ligands. So if the ligand is having capacity to donate more than one para-proton, these are called what, polydentate ligand. That can be bidentate, tridentate, okay, tetra or also hexa. Okay, so for example, we have ethylene diamine, CH2, NH2. This is called what? A bidentate ligand. We have two electron pairs to donate, so by the two nitrogen atoms. This is what this is a bidentate ligand. Here see this ligand, so if I can CH2, NH2, Cu, CH2. Here you see this ligand ethylene diamine, okay, donate more than one electron pair and are forming a ring-like structure with the metal atom. So this is called what? Also a chelating ligand. Called what? You know, a chelating ligand. So ethylene diamine is also what? A chelating ligand, because it can donate more than one electron pair to the central metal atom, and it is forming a ring-like structure with the central metal atom. So this is called also what? A chelating ligand. Okay, that means the bidental, all the polydental ligands are not chelating. Those polydental ligands which have the capacity, okay, to donate, okay, two or more than two electron pair and are forming a ring-like structure are called what? You know, the chelating ligands. Also here another example of EDTA. This is a ethylene diamine, also known as what? You know, EN. Okay. Then we have the EDTA, ethylene diamine tetraester. Okay. We have CH2 NN, CH2 CO minus, okay, CH2 CO minus, CH2 CO minus. This is called what? You know, EDTA, ethylene diamine tetraester. Here we have 4 oxygen atoms to donate electron and 2 nitrogen atoms to donate electrons here also. So this is a hexadentate ligand. 6 electron pairs can be donated at a time. Called what? You know, hexadentate ligand. Hexadentate ligand. So, and this is also forming a ring-like structure. So this is a what? You know, also a chelating ligand. Okay. So those polydental ligands which are giving you know, more than 2 electron pairs, 2 or more than 2, and are forming, you know, ring-like structure are called, you know, chelating ligands, like or ethylene diamine, like or EDTA, etc. Okay. Now we have ligands like this, you know, like, you know, CN and NC. CN and NC. Okay. So CN called you cyano, and isocyano. So ligands having 2 donor atoms, but at a time only one donor steel electron pair are called what? Ambidentate ligands. What? Ambidentate ligand. So ambidentate ligands are those ligands where we have more than one donor sites, but at a time only one atom donor steel electron. That is called what? Ambidentate ligands. Okay. Similarly, we have the flexidentate ligands. Here what? We have more than one donor sites, but out of that only one is as donor atom always. Others are never used. Okay, like SO4 2 minus, CO3 2 minus. So sulfate is a ligand, carbonate is a ligand, where we have sulfur can donate, oxygen also can, all the 4 can donate, C can donate, all the 3O can donate also. So though more than one donor sites are present there, but at a time only one donors and almost it is donating the electrons only, not others. Others never donors. They are called what? Flexi-dentando ligands. Okay. And we have sometimes ligands which can donate the electron pair at a time towards two different metal atoms. So those ligands which can donate to the electron pair at a time to the two different metal atoms are called what? Bridging ligands. Okay, like OH minus. Okay, this is a bridging ligand. Okay, so these are about different kind of ligands. Okay, so now we discuss about this complex compound, different parts of complex, and also different kind of ligands. Let us have a list of the ligands. Their ionic name, their charges, and their name, how they can be used as ligands. You see, whenever we are having the negative ligands, we have the negative ligands like Cl, FO, Br, HO. So IDO is attached. F minus is fluorido, bromido, iodido are the names of the ligands. SO4, sulfato, name is what? Sulfato. CO3, 2 minus what? Carbonato, the charge is -2, charge here -2 here. Okay. So it has H2O, simply your aqua. NH3, amine. CO, carbonyl. Okay. So let us have the list of different kind of ligands here. Okay. So these are the list of some important ligands. So we have to remember the symbols, their name and the charges. Okay. So see, when we have the halide ions like FO, Cl, Br, I, see the charges are -1, already we know. Point charge is -1, point charge -1, already we know. So F minus, just the name is changed. What fluorido, chlorido, bromido, iodido. Okay. See F minus fluorido, Cl minus fluorido, B minus bromido, I minus iodido, and O minus hydroxido or hydroxyl also. Cl minus charge is -1. Here the donor term is N here. Okay. So cyano or cyanide. NC -1, isocyano, and we have SO4 2 minus sulfate already we know. SO4 2 minus what sulfato. Similarly CO3 2 minus carbonato. So NO2 is what? Nitro or nitro O, or ONO nitrito. Okay. So and we have NO3 minus nitrato, C3CO minus what acetato. Okay. NO2 plus what nitronium, and NO plus what nitrosonium. Okay. Charge is +1 both. NH4 plus if you are having +1 charge called what ammonium. Now NH3 is a neutral ligand, charge 0 called amine, AMine. H2O neutral ligands, charge 0 called aqua. Then CO charge 0 called carbonyl. NO charge 0 called what nitrosyl. Ca2 and ethylene diamine, charge 0, ethylene diamine are also called what En. Similarly 0 ethylene diamine tetraacetate. Okay, 4 charge 0 -4. Now let us discuss how to give name to the complex compounds. Okay, see, whenever we are discussing about the naming of your complex compound, see, suppose we have a compound, let's see, we have naming of complex compounds. Naming of complex compounds. Suppose we have K4 Fe6. See, already we discussed in a complex compound, we have a positive part and we have a negative part. Okay. So, it may be complex, may be simple. Always the positive part is named first. So, if you see this compound, this part is the positive part, this part is the negative part. So, first of all, potassium. Okay. So, whether the complex is simple, whether the complex is negative one or positive one, that doesn't matter. Whether simply is positive or negative, that doesn't matter. You write the name of the positive part first. So, here the positive part K4. So, just write in potassium. Okay. And also the simple part is named just as simple. K potassium. Suppose we have the CO NH3 whole 5 Cl2. So here also first I have named this one, this complex part, because this is positive one. Okay. Now the simple part is Cl2 here, simple here chlorine. That's all. Now it is the matrix. The main thing is how to name the complex part. Okay. So in the complex part, first of all, the ligands are named, then the center metatom. Here you see efficiencies BFCN are the ligands, epicenter metatom. So first we will give name to the ligands CN. Here also first we will give name to the ligands NH3 and Cl. So how to name the ligands? Whether the ligands are positive or negative or neutral, that doesn't matter. You name the ligands alphabetically. Already we discussed the name of the ligands. What should be the name? And alphabetically you just write the name of the ligands. If a particular ligand is present more than one time, then you just add the prefixes di, tri, tetra, penta, whatever may be, according to the number of ligands. And suppose we have already the ligands having the name di or tri, then you use bis, tris, etc. And when we have a different ligands, then arrange them alphabetically. Okay. So here you see we have CN. How many CN are there? 6. Hexacyano. Similarly, here you see. So first of all, you have to give the name to the positive part, this complex one. So in the complex part, you will give name to the ligands, and ligands we have here 2 ligands are there here. One is NH3 as well as Cl. One is amine as well as chloro. So because the different ligands are there, we will name them alphabetically. First of all, amine. How many amines are there? 5. So pentaamine. Cl is what? Chlorido or chloro. Pentaamine, chlorido or chloro. Write this last one. Okay. Pentaamine, chlorido, this is already there, chlorine already there. Okay. So name of ligands clear. Now the name of the metal. See, if the complex part is the positive part, is the positive ion, then you just simply write the name of the metal atom. And if the complex part is a negative one, you just write the name of the metal atom and add ATE. So here you see the complex is positive one, simply choose what? The cobalt. Here this is complex is what? Negative part, so write what? Ferrite. So if the complex part is negative, add AT to the name of the metal atom. If it's simple, it is positive one, just write the name. Then after, write the oxidation number of the metal atom within the bracket in Roman numerals. You see, cobalt. So here now we have determined the oxidation number of the metal atom. You see here, what is that? What is the oxidation number here? Suppose CO is X plus Na3, what is the charge of Na3? 0, 5 into 0 plus C is what is minus 1 plus what is minus 2. So X plus 0 minus 3 equal to 0, this implies X equal to what is plus 3. So 3 is the oxidation number of cobalt here, so what I will write? So what a name? Pentamine chloride, cobalt 3 chloride. What is your chloride? So this one is chloride, but this one is chloride because this is a ligand. This is a ligand. This one is a ligand. This one is not ligand. Simple. Here what is potassium hexacyanophilate. What is charge here? K 4 plus 4 plus x plus 6 into minus 1, what is 0? So x minus 2 equal to 0. This implies x equal to what? Plus 2. So charge is what? Plus 2 here. What is the name? Potassium hexacyanophilate 2. Okay, potassium hexacyanophilate 2. The name of this compound, and your pentamine chloride, cobalt 3 chloride, the name of this complex. Okay, so in the next class we will have some more examples how to name this complex compounds. We will discuss some more examples. Okay, thank you.